Hey YouTube, what is a star? A star is a massive luminous sphere of plasma held together by gravity. The nearest star to Earth is the Sun, which most of us know. It's the source of most of the energy on the planet. Some other stars are visible from Earth during the night when they are not obscured by atmospheric phenomena or the moon, because when the moon's too bright, you can't see all the stars. They're appearing as a mass of fixed luminous points because of their immense distance, which means they look like they're set in a certain point, like they're meant to be there, but it's just because they're so far away. Historically, the most prominent stars on the celestial hemisphere were grouped together into constellations and asterisms. Asterisms, sorry. And the brightest and largest stars have gained proper names. Like when we talked about with the constellations in Orion. Um, the Canis Major and Canis Minor both had their own stars inside of them, and there's the Lupus involved in those stars too. Group 2 has proper names. Extensive catalogs of stars have been assembled by astronomers, which provide standardizing star distinctions, which means, constellations and such. For at least a portion of its life, a star shines due to the thermonuclear fusion, of hydrogen into helium in its core, releasing energy that traverses the star's interior and then radiates into outer space. Almost all naturally occurring elements heavier than helium are created by stars, either via stellar nucleosynthesis, no, nucleosynthesis. Sorry, I'm reading too fast. Remember, I write everything down and then reread it. Via stellar nucleosynthesis during their lifetimes, or by supernova nucleosynthesis. When very massive stars explode, near the end of its life, a star can also contain a proportion of degenerate matter. Astronomers can determine the mass, age, chemical composition, and many other properties of the star by observing its spectrum, luminosity, and motion through space. The total mass of a star is the principal determinant in its evolution and eventual fate. Other characteristics of a star are determined by its evolutionary history, including diameter, rotation, movement, and temperature. A plot of the temperature of many stars against their luminosities, known as the Hertzsprung-Russell diagram, or the HR diagram.
It's 3:30.
Thank you, Alex. It allows the age of evolutionary state of a star to be determined. A star begins with a collapsing cloud of material composed primarily of hydrogen, along with helium and trace amounts of heavier elements. Once the stellar core is sufficiently dense, hydrogen becomes steadily converted into helium through the nuclear fusion, releasing energy in the process. The remainder of the star's interior carries energy away from the core through its combination of radiative and convective process. The star's internal pressure prevents it from collapsing further under its own gravity. Once the hydrogen fuel at the core is exhausted, a star with at least 0.4 times the mass of the Sun expands to become a red giant, in some cases fusing heavier elements at the core or in the shells around the core. The star then evolves into a degenerate form, recycling a portion of its matter into the interstellar environment, where it will form a new generation of stars with a higher portion of heavy elements. Meanwhile, the core becomes a stellar remnant, a white dwarf, a neutron star, or, if it's sufficiently massive, a black hole. Binary and multi-star systems consist of two or more stars that are gravitationally bound and generally move around each other in stable orbits. When two such stars have a relatively close orbit, their gravitational interaction can be a significant impact on their evolution. Stars can form a part of a much larger gravitationally bound structure, such as the cluster or a galaxy. If you like to give. Haha. Yep. Galaxy. Sorry, it was leading into a next topic. But if you'd like to give this video a like, there's a like button down there, unless they changed it recently. There's a subscribe button down there too if you enjoyed it. If you don't want to give it a like or a subscribe, that's perfectly fine with me. What do you think? Did I nail it? Did I miss a lot of things? I know I didn't describe anything super awesome, but I'm really interested in stars, and it's just really interesting to me. Yeah. So, like I said, if you like it, give it a like. If you like all of it, you can subscribe. Um, Friday will be my next video, and I'll be working on stuff on the weekend after my college visit. Have a good day, YouTube. Bye.